Hi guys, two videos for you today. I also wanted to do not an unboxing but a sort of a showcase of these miniatures from Fireforge Games, and these are the mounted sergeants from Fireforge, and these guys, let's give you a quick look at the back here. These guys are absolutely fantastic proxies for Bretonnian yeomen, and there is 12 in this box, and I picked this up for 20 quid off of eBay, and I believe direct from their store it's about the same price. The price, I had a look on the store, and all the prices were in euros, so I'm not quite sure what the conversion rate is at the minute, but anyway, mounted sergeants from Fireforge Games. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these out of the box and give you a quick look at them on the sprue. Then I'm going to build one for you so you can see what they look like when they're built, and I'll put it next to a Bretonnian knight from Games Workshop just so you can see a comparison to see how they compare. So yeah, I'll crack on with this now. Here goes. So what you get in the box, you get this leaflet that's just got a bit of information on it. You get the bases, which is a bit of a strange setup. I was a bit surprised to see this, but there's these double bases and 4 single bases. The single bases, this is a standard GW cavalry base, and the single bases are, let me get that lined up properly, just a fraction wider, but just the same length, but just a tiny fraction wider than the GW bases, so they're perfectly able to be used. And these ones, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. We'll see what happens with that. Then you get the sprues, and I have to say I'm really impressed with the quality of the sculpts of these guys. You get 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 4 sprues of the horses, and it looks like you get 3 with the base attached and 3 of the other halves, and the heads and tails are separate as well. Yeah, as I said, the sculpt on these horses is pretty impressive. GW horses have never been that great, and these are pretty good. So yeah, 3 horses on a sprue, 4 sprues, 12 horses. I'm not sure yet if you can mix and match the halves. I think they could just be, these two, these two, these two. I don't know if you can mix and match. We'll find out. Next up you have this sprue, which is sort of a command sprue. You've got these larger shields at the top here, 3 of which have the arms attached, 3 of which don't, but that's not a problem, because lower down you have arms that are in slightly different positions that you can attach the shields to. You've got hands with sword, mace, there's a flail there which is pretty cool, and a big axe. And then at the bottom here you get some flags, some banners, the musician's trumpet, top to the banner, and then 4 bodies and 4 capes. I won't be using the capes, but the capes are there anyway. And these bodies are again very well detailed, and minimal mould lines on these. All of these really good, very limited flash and mould lines. So yeah, there's that. There's only one of those command sprues, and then there's two of these sprues, which are exactly the same, and they have, same as the command sprue, they have the 4 bodies, 4 capes, the hand weapons, and the spears. I didn't mention the spears on the command sprue. Yes, they are on there. But here on these 2 other sprues there are smaller shields at the top. They're, let's see if I can put these next to each other for comparison. There we go. As you can see, you've got some big sort of full-length shields and then smaller buckler type shields, I suppose. But yeah, on these two sprues, instead of the banners and the banner tops, there are the heads. And there's 10 heads on each one, so that's 20 heads to choose from. 10 different heads, and then obviously duplicates of 2, because there's 2 of these sprues in the box. I can't get too close because this camera doesn't zoom while it's filming, but the detail on these faces is pretty good. Let's try and catch the light there. But yeah, very impressed with these. I'm going to put one together for you now, off camera, and give you a comparison with a Bretonian knight. So guys, so I got him built up, and I've got a couple of other pieces here, just for size comparison, so you can see how well he kind of suits the army. Now the horse is, yes, significantly smaller. If you look at the two side by side, this is quite a bit of a smaller horse than the night horses that Games Workshop do, but it's not too bad. The Bretonian war horses have been bred to carry the weight of the knights in full armour. That's why they don't suffer penalties for being barded. So yeah, the horses are a little bit smaller, but the figure on the top fits quite nicely scale wise. This is a knight errant, just to give another size comparison. Just, as you can see, there is I guess a significant size difference in the horses, but these are peasant yeomen who have been gifted horses, and I guess they would be riding the younger horses or the smaller horses that weren't strong enough to carry the knights. But yeah, just to compare the scale of the guy on the top, I've got my champion from one of my peasant units here, and as you can see, they are pretty much to scale with each other. They match up very nicely, and yeah, I think this guy looks very good. And of course it does make the knights, when you put the knights next to, shuffle these around, when you put the knights sort of with them, it does make the knights look even more impressive. So yeah, the horses are a little small, so they don't fit in perfectly, but I think it works. And just a final note, guys, there was 12 of these in the box for 20 quid I picked up, and Games Workshop charges £7.70 for one single mounted yeoman. It's utterly ridiculous, especially considering that in game they're just a cheap throwaway chaff unit that, you know, just, it's ridiculous to charge £7.70 for a single. And as far as I'm aware, they're still metal miniatures. They haven't updated them at all. But of course, they're not going to reduce the price when they do update them. Of course they're not. They don't do that sort of. But yeah, so recommendation for any Bretonian players out there: if you're thinking of running mounted yeoman, trying out mounted yeoman in your army list, have a look at Fireforge. I'll put a link to the website in the description, so you guys can go and check them out. They haven't got a huge range, but these guys, the mounted sergeants, I think work really well as mounted yeomen. And yeah, I hope this was helpful to some of you out there. Hope it saves you some money. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.